Before we begin today's ceremony, the president of Newman University, Dr. Chris Domes, would like to offer his comments. Dr. Domes.
Good morning, everyone. I think the smoke is cleared. Everything looks good. It's a glorious morning, and you have a lot to celebrate today. All of us here at Newman University want to congratulate certainly the graduates, but also the family members, the moms and dads and aunts and uncles and grandparents and brothers and sisters who are in the audience today. You have a lot to celebrate, and we are so happy as a university community to host your celebration, this commencement of the graduating class. Here at Newman University, we are certainly proud of being a community member, being part of experiences like this, and treat our campus as your home today. Know that we're supporting each of you and supporting the graduates as they begin their new chapter in their lives. Thank you so much for being here. God bless each of you, and God bless all that you have to do here to continue your celebration. Have a wonderful day.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Penncrest High School and the Rose Tree Media School District are proud to present to you the processional of the 65th commencement exercises. Carrying the United States flag, Shannon Birdsall. Carrying the Pennsylvania state flag, Lanwabo Dwilly. Carrying the Rose Tree Media 1966 banner, Ethan Ryan, with members of the Rose Tree Media School District Board of School Directors, President Dr. Teresa Knapson-Williams, Vice President Ken Dinitz, and Susan Lane, Jackie Gusick, Hillary Fletcher, Susan Henderson-Udis, Shelley Hunt, and Kelly Schaefer. Carrying the Rose Tree Media School District banner, Evan Kubiak, with Mr. William Doherty, Acting Superintendent of Schools. Directors, Mr. Thomas Halpert, Dr. Francis Garner, Dr. Vanessa Scott, and Mrs. Krista Considine, with Education Center representatives, Dr. Kim Lacoste, Dr. Andrew Coonrat, Ralph Harrison, Jen Marvel, and Dr. Tiffany Oren. Carrying the Media Elementary School banner, Mara Cropper, with Principal Mrs. Lisa Stoddard. Carrying the Rose Tree Elementary School banner, Lacey Pandolfo, with Principal Dr. Jenny Robinson. Carrying the Glenwood Elementary School banner, Scott Schneider, with Principal Eric Bucci. Carrying the Indian Lane Elementary School banner, Hannah Jacoby, with Principal Michelle Britton. Carrying the Springton Lake Middle School banner, Justin Saladino, with Principal Dr. Robert Saladino, and Assistant Principals Dr. Devin Layton and Dr. Melissa McGuire. And carrying the Penncrest High School banner, Miriam Bint Khalif, with Principal Ed Roth, Assistant Principals Dr. Sharon Sweeney, Samuel Evans, and Joseph Fuhr, Athletic Directors Charles Ollinger, and Simon Youth Academy Principal David Stango. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the procession of the class of 2023, led by the Penncrest High School Faculty Honor Guard. The High School Faculty Honor Guard is led by Emily Joyce Gregg and Erica Shane Erperlo Riccardi.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing, and gentlemen, please remove your caps while senior class choir members, under the direction of Penncrest High School Choir Director Megan Rzinski, sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. The senior choir will now perform Time of Your Life by Billy Joe of Green Day, arranged by Mike Taylor.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, and hang them on the shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos and memories and dead skin on shrine. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life.
Thank you, senior choir members and Ms. Rzinski. Good morning, platform guests, members of the faculty, parents, families, friends, and classmates. On behalf of the class of 2023, I welcome you to the 65th Annual Commencement Exercises at Penncrest High School.
During the ceremony today, a professional photographer will take an individual picture of each graduate receiving a diploma. We ask our guests to please stay in their seats during the entire graduation ceremony. Please silence your mobile devices so that everyone can enjoy this special moment without distraction. On behalf of my classmates, we also ask that you respect each student as he or she receives a diploma and maintain the dignity of this occasion in the Penncrest High School tradition. Thank you for your cooperation.
Good morning. It is our pleasure to introduce the platform guests who are joining us today. As our honored guests are introduced, we ask them to please stand. Audience, please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. Members of the Rose Tree Media School District Board of School Directors. President, Dr. Teresa Napson Williams. Vice President, Mr. Ken Dinitz. Mrs. Susan Lane. Miss Jackie Gussick. Mrs. Hillary Fletcher. Mrs. Shelley Hunt. Mrs. Susan Henderson Udis. Mrs. Kelly Schaefer. Members of the Rose Tree Media School District Administration. Mr. William Doherty, Acting Superintendent of Schools. Mr. Thomas Halpert, Director of Human Resources. Dr. Francis Gardner, Director of Student Services. Dr. Vanessa Scott, Director of Management Services. Mrs. Krista Considine, Director of Technology for Instruction, Intervention, and Assessment.
Members of the Rose Tree Media School District Administration. Mr. Ed Roth, Principal of Penncrest High School. Penncrest High School Assistant Principals Dr. Sharon Sweeney, Mr. Samuel Evans, and Mr. Joseph Fuhrer. RTM Athletic Director, Mr. Charles Ollinger. Simon Youth Academy Principal, Mr. David Stango. Faculty sponsors for the class of 2023, Mr. Jerry Diaz and Mrs. Jennifer Clark. Administrative assistants, Mrs. Beth Vastardis and Mrs. Dawn Roundtree. Faculty member, Mr. Paul Del Prado. Please join us in welcoming our platform guests.
An example of the caliber of the graduates of Penncrest High School and the Rose Tree Media School District is our keynote speaker. The competition to earn a spot at the podium for consideration by the Graduation Speech Committee is rigorous. A group of students, teachers, and parents select a speech that best represents the spirit of the class and of the school community. It is my pleasure to introduce the keynote speaker for the class of 2023, Samuel Kleiman.
Good morning, Board of School Directors, classmates, faculty, administrators, families, and honored guests. My name is Sam Kleiman, and I am a proud member of the Penncrest High School class of 2023. I did something unusual for a commencement speech. I created a crossword puzzle that reflected the experience of the class of 2023. Don't worry if you didn't get a copy. We'll post it on the website, and you can fill it in later at home if you'd like. The puzzle of the class of 2023 is made up of many parts, and it wouldn't be complete without all of them there, not even close. The exact same is true of this year's graduating class. We wouldn't be complete without all of the pieces of the puzzle, not even close. Each student, each goal we have for ourselves, and each trait that makes each and every one of us special is an absolutely critical part of this remarkable class of lions. We're all lions now, but we started as bobcats, huskies, lion cubs, mustangs, and Spartans. For many of us, we first gathered as a class at 5th grade fun day. We played games, bonded with team building exercises, and all got colorfully dyed during the color run. For many of us, it was our first opportunity to meet kids from the other schools in the district. Friends who had met through Rose Tree Soccer Club, Media Little League, and community robotics leagues connected again and introduced old friends to new friends. We began to weave the strands of the web that links us together, even today. The friendships that exist in our class have persisted through the growing pains of adolescence, the challenges of forced separation, and the strain of drifting apart as we all sought our own paths. Similar to the mechanics of creating any good crossword puzzle, the logistics of connecting as a class made us strong and helped us to become who we are today. So, who are we today? We are a class of scholars, athletes, and musicians. We are writers, artists, and community activists. The list goes on. During our time at Penncrest, we've worked together to leave an unmistakable mark. Through playoff sports matches, art shows, concerts, community blood drives, exhilarating unified bocce tournaments, highly successful academic teams, and award-winning literary magazines. And no one person could have done this all alone. That's a really beautiful thing. It has taken all of our classmates' collective skills, talents, and effort to make Penncrest the vibrant and flourishing community that we love. Just as one must figure out all of the clues to complete a crossword, as a class, the best of all of us has shaped and completed our legacy here at Penncrest. Now that we're about to turn the tassel on our caps, what's next for us? Many of us are going on to college, go Mammoths, with many kids heading to Happy Valley, Pittsburgh, Westchester, North Philadelphia, and a bizarrely great number heading to DC. We have several classmates proudly attending military academies and joining the armed forces. We have students who have spent the past 4 years training in our technical school and will continue that training or head off to build a career. We have students taking a gap year to go out and explore this amazing world. While these paths may seem divergent and scattered, what they have in common is that they utilize the various skill sets and identities that we've developed while at Penncrest, which will prove invaluable no matter the path we take. As any good cruciverbalist knows, having interesting and varied clues makes an interesting puzzle, a memorable puzzle. In the same way, having students with diverse interests, goals, and passions makes us an interesting and unique class, and one that surely won't soon be forgotten. In 20 years, if someone looks back at the Penncrest class of 2023, how would they describe us? We were compassionate, honest, creative, and resilient. We enjoyed a senior skip day more than your average senior class. We had school spirit, as evidenced by our enthusiastic and visionary pep rally themes. I'm looking at you, rubber duckies. And we were eternally grateful for the teachers who guided us from our early elementary school days right up to our last moment in high school. Any self-respecting crossword puzzle has a theme. The theme of this puzzle is, "This is who we are." The theme of the class of 2023, it is that we are so much more than the characteristics that define us. We are more than the paths we've taken, and more than the ones we're setting off on now. We are a community that I am so thankful and so proud to be a part of. As with any good puzzle and any great class, we are more than the sum of our parts. Thank you to Mr. Roth, Mr. Doherty, and all the administrators, school board members, teachers, and staff who are here today. We are a better class because you were a part of our education. Thank you to our parents, guardians, siblings, and other family members and friends here today. We could not have done this without your support and love. To the members of the Penncrest class of 2023, it has been an honor solving the puzzle that is high school with you all. Thank you and congratulations.
The symbolism of the graduating class processing through a pathway of teachers is very appropriate for this ceremony. Our teachers have guided us for the past 4 years, and on this graduation day, they have guided us into this arena. It is just as appropriate that they are seated with us this morning, for they have devoted their time and effort to make sure we made it to this moment. Along with our parents, friends, and families, our teachers have left a significant imprint on our lives. We leave high school with broader horizons, more global perspectives, and more self-assurance because of them. For all of this and so much more, teachers, we thank you. The school flags of each of the Rose Tree Media schools and the Rose Tree Media Education Center were presented today by the respective staff and school principals with the assistance of Penncrest seniors who attended those schools. The graduates of the class of 2023 have benefited from the programs delivered by the staff in each of those outstanding schools. And today, we acknowledge and thank the entire staff of Rose Tree Media School District for helping us reach this moment. Thank you all for all you have done on our behalf.
Reflecting on our time at Penncrest as president of our senior class, these past 4 years have molded us into who we are today. Through the challenges and triumphs, we've united as a class, forming bonds that will endure. We faced obstacles and overcame them. Today, we carry the spirit of resilience into the future, ready to conquer new challenges. As we bid farewell to high school, let us cherish the memories and bonds we've formed. Let us hold on to the lessons learned and move forward with confidence. We are a class capable of greatness. We are more than meets the eye. As Navy SEAL David Goggins asks, who's going to carry the boats? Well, we can proudly answer we did, and we will continue to do so. We are the ones who will carry the boats and logs, who will lead, who will make a difference, and who will set sail into a future of endless possibilities. But we could not have carried the boats and logs this far without the help of unsung heroes. I'm, of course, talking about our custodians, bus drivers, and all our support staff, as well as family, friends, and most importantly, our teachers. Now, will all of the teachers here today please stand and enjoy the recognition you have earned for guiding this graduating class to this day. Thank you. Please be seated. Mr. Diaz and Mrs. Clark, will you please join me at the podium? On behalf of the class of 2023, thank you for being our sponsors. Please accept these gifts as a small token of our appreciation for all you have done for our class.
It is my honor to introduce to you the Acting Superintendent of Schools for the Rose Tree Media School District, Mr. William Doherty.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty members, proud parents, members of the board, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2023, thank you and congratulations on being here today. Before I begin my brief remarks, I would like to take a minute to acknowledge our parents on this journey we've all been on. Graduates, please look around, find your family, give them a round of applause. So today, as we gather here to celebrate this special group of graduates, I stand before you with a simple message. Stay curious, stay kind, and stay connected. First, let's talk about curiosity. As Sir Ken Robinson said, curiosity is the engine of intellectual achievement. It fuels our desire to explore, to question, and to seek knowledge. It will push you to venture beyond your comfort zones, to learn from different perspectives, and to embrace the unknown. You can anticipate that in your future, it will be expected that much of your learning will be self-guided. So as you step into the next chapter of your lives, do not lose that sense of wonder. Continue to ask questions, challenge assumptions, and never stop learning. Allow your curiosity to be the driving force behind all of your future endeavors. Next is kindness. In a world that often feels divided and disconnected, kindness has the power to bridge the gaps and mend the fractures. Kindness is a universal language that transcends barriers of culture, race, religion, and any other differences we have. It has the power to heal, uplift, and bring joy to both the giver and receiver. Always remember to be kind to yourselves, to others, and the world around you. Let kindness be the cornerstone of your character. And lastly, stay connected. In an age of constant electronic connectivity, it's easy to get caught up in the digital noise and lose sight of what truly matters, and that is authentic human connection. Prioritize the relationships that bring you joy, support, and a sense of belonging. In a world that can often feel isolating, genuine connections remind us that we are not alone. Always remember, from this day on, no matter where you go from here, you will always be part of the Penncrest High School class of 2023. So as you begin your journey on the next phase of your lives, remember to stay curious, stay kind, stay connected, and most importantly, stay in touch. Thank you, class of 2023, and congratulations. It is now my honor to introduce your principal, Mr. Ed Roth.
Thank you, Mr. Doherty. The Penncrest class of 2023 has some of the most accomplished Lions of all time. Our scholars, athletes, musicians, actors, and artists have made names for themselves throughout our beloved Delco and far beyond. However, it is not your accomplishments that I will remember. All right, that's a little bit of a lie. Some of your accomplishments are far too special not to remember. But every accomplishment, just like every failure, has a story behind it. It is your stories that I will remember. None of you simply woke up one day and found yourselves destined for greatness. It was never as easy as training for 10,000 hours or trying one last practice problem. Sure, some days you just hopped up out of bed, turned your swag on, and conquered the world. But most days it wasn't that easy. You had to overcome adversity. You had to tune out the doubts in your mind. You had to find the strength within yourself to overcome countless obstacles, especially when the world was locked down and there was no one else to turn to. How you did that during some of the most challenging times in your lives, I will never know. But I do know this. You did it because there is something special inside each of you. I usually try to resist the urge to make every speech about coming back from COVID. It makes it sound as if the world stopped, and then you had to figure things out when the earth started spinning again. But in reality, the earth kept on spinning. You kept on growing, learning, and figuring things out. When I met you in October of your junior year, I don't know that you had it all figured out, but I know that you had it figured out more than most of us gave you credit for. Graduation speeches often talk about the character of the graduating class, their collective personality, or their collective impact on the school. However, I don't think that's the right speech for your class. It's not that you never came together as a class, because you certainly did. But I think that, more than any other class I've worked with, your individual talents, character, and contributions to our school simply refuse to be folded into one story. I applaud your ability to stand out as individuals. Our society today expects everyone to think alike. There are a few really loud voices, and everyone else is supposed to accept their truths and model their behavior. But that's not what leadership is all about. You are leaders. You are unique individuals with intellect, character, ethics, and a desire to blaze your own path. Our world needs you to keep being individuals. We need you to stay true to yourselves. We need you to be strong. We need you to focus on your goals and not the goals others try to set out for you. We need you to be proud of yourselves, not for your accomplishments, but for the story of you. The world is going to try and give you a label and tell your story for you. I encourage you to rip that label off. Keep telling your own stories, and keep showing the world that you have things figured out more than most of us give you credit for. Look around. This space is full of people who love you. We are all proud to be a part of your stories, and we cannot wait to see the chapters that have yet to be written. Don't write the same story as everyone else. Good luck, congratulations, and don't forget that Penncrest High School will forever be your home. Mr. Doherty, Dr. Teresa Napson-Williams, members of the Rose Tree Media School Board of Directors, and guests, it is my honor to certify that the students assembled here have successfully completed the requirements for a diploma from the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, the Rose Tree Media School District, and Penncrest High School. The faculty and I present to you the 65th graduating class of Penncrest High School, the class of 2023. And now, I would like to introduce the president of the Rose Tree Media Board of School Directors, Dr. Teresa Napson-Williams.
You guys look good. On behalf of the Rose Tree Media School District's Board of School Directors, I hereby accept your presentation of the class of 2023. The Board of School Directors is confident that all of you who carry the honor of graduating from Penncrest High School will have successful and fulfilling lives. Congratulations to all of you on your accomplishments.
We will now proceed with the roll call of graduates and the distribution of diplomas to the class of 2023. Shannon Barbara Birdsall. Samantha Diane Woody. Evanthea Pinella Greco. Michaela Ann Dyer. Holly Kai Doran. Selena Vashti Pasaris. James Benjamin Sparling. Samuel Max Kleiman. Emily Joyce Gregg. Erica Shane Erperlo Riccardi. Harmal Chima. Miriam Bint Khalif. Justin Alexander Saladino. Hannah Ray Jacoby. Scott Andrew Schneider. Lacey Summer Pandolfo. Mara Constance Cropper. Evan Anthony Kubiak. Ethan Spencer Ryan. Lanwabo Perigenia Dwilly. Christopher Core Stewart. Maggie Lynn Allison. Julia Killam Anderson. Eric Ryan Ader. Zoe Elizabeth Bales Ramos. Annalise Morgan Ballard. Vincent Allen Batten. Mackenzie Lynn Beals. Cole William Bernhardt. Rebecca Paige Bernstein. Kenneth Richard Rocks. John Joseph Bobber. Ziza Eva Bond. Sophia Avani Bonilla Ruiz. Bennett Reese Bornstein. Kaylin Marie Bostwick. Carly Marion Boyer. Kayla Sion Branson. Erin Marie Breshman. Chloe Kathleen Breeze. Declan Albert Brophy. Allison Christina Brown. Ethan William Carroll. Joseph Martin Chambers. Angie Chen. Elizabeth Dorothy Chester. Sonia Chor. William Greenhill Chrysanthus. Marcus Anthony Civarelli. Dylan Thomas Saferny. Brinley Elizabeth Clark. Allison Hope Coldiron. Isabella Joy Colucci. Moira Patricia Sarkees Combs. Joseph Matthew Cook. Morgan Lily Corner. Kelly Ann Cornog. Mary Kate Cosgrove. Aiden Alexander Costa. Aurora Rose Crater. Nicholas Anthony Creamer. James Finnegan Crowner. Kira Noel Kirchie. Colin James Curran. Emma Riley Curran. Daniel I. Dada. Kirstiana Lynn Daly. Avery Rose Darlington. Anya Marie Delozier. Nicholas Anthony Del Pizzo. Dominic Anthony DeLuca. Benjamin Matthew Demas. Matthew Jacob Deutsch. Zachary Adam Diab. Marietu Samba Jakite. Salvatore DeCara. Anthony James DePillo. Vincent Anthony DePillo III. Sean Macaulay Downs. Nathaniel Wharton Jane. Holly Indiana Eli. Joshua Aaron Emery. Jaden Xavier Engelman. Lorena Cleodoria Epps. Joe Van Wee Evans. Samantha Alexis Farber. Christopher Joseph Farnan. Mark Drexel Feynman. George Paul Fichter. Liam Bernard Finnegan. Allison Suzanne Flam. Caroline Elizabeth Flanagan. Kathleen Margaret Flebby. Kailana Jade Follett. BB.J. Foss. Michael Martin Foy. Isaac Scott Freilich. Riley Joe Garman. Petros Genos. Christiana Paige Gladue. Sarah Temery Graham. Marlena Ellen Gramo. Nicholas Vincent Grantland. McKay Williams Greenlaw Scully. Chloe Kathleen Griffiths. Cameron Peter Hackett. Shay Michael Hall. Jake Vincent Hamilton. Brady Williams Hammond. Brian Michael Hang. Wyatt Linville Hanneman. Brandon Joseph Hemphill. Brett Joseph Hemphill. Nicole Alejandra Henriquez. Kira Shea Higgins. Mark Patrick Hilditch. Connor James Heil. Samantha Kayla Hill. Benjamin Arthur Holst Rightly. Eliza Jean Host. Julia Rose Howells. Josie Blue Intham. Lydia Tingyu Jennings. Jack Henry Johnston. Colin Matthew Judge. Michaela Faith Kane. Molly Grace Katzen. Ava Lynn Kearney. Bailey Victoria Keeley. Charles Thomas Kellogg. Vanessa Teresa Kenny. Zara Farouk Khan. Benjamin David Kinsley. Joseph William Kirchhoff. Andrew Robert Kirkpatrick. Sophia McKenna Knapp. Jacob Francis Koenig. Tyler Patrick Colmansberger. Eli Joshua Carmanicki Randall. Elizabeth Megan Kirkon. Lauren Olivia Kirkon. Nicola Guinevere Pepper. Elizabeth Grace Trakamus Myers. Amanda Rose McCluskey. Sarah Irene Kanasic. Ansley Camille Kaufman. Vivian Mabel Cernick Gunther. David Joseph Gelman. Natasha Ann Dankowski. Dylan Stone Claudek. Hayden Ann Campbell. Jeremy Ronald Lindenmuth. Genevieve Elizabeth Lilly. Mia Tien Lee. Joseph Michael Lasisko. Brianna Lynn Lemish. Krista Fung Lee. Madeline Rose Theveny. Jagger Thomas Sladek. Elsa Caroline Simon. Christiana Eileen Ranali. Julia McGee McNamara. Zoe Carol McKenzie. Veronica Noel Lutz. Gabrielle Marie Lucas. Elizabeth Ann Lucas. Tina Marie Lowry. Gavin Michael Loper. Sammy Liu. Alston Liu. Caroline Grace Lindgren. Gavin James McConnell. Owen Lawrence McConnell. Rory James McAfee. Kyle Robert Matzinger. Veronica Marie Master. Trinity Sophia Marsh. Peter Kenter Marr. Bree Lane Marquette. Jessica Noel Mantegna. Gavin Eric Moak. Andrew Thomas Moffitt. Lemuel Kendall Mitchell. Sydney Sarah Milligan. Zachary John Marilat. Caleb Michael Marandino. Jackson Reinhold Miley. Colin James McVoy. Mason John McHugh. Kelly Marie McDonald. Caden Micah O'Connor. Nicholas Zachary Nonamaker. Paul James Noble. Brianna Aubrey Nevin. Alejandro Javier Naranjo Rodriguez. Sophia Ellen Murphy. Thomas Patrick Mulholland. Delaney Lee Moran. Georgia Kate Moore. Quinn Elliott Monroe. Kamalia Pachica. Haley Joe Piacentino. Gabrielle Catherine Persico. Janie Rose Packman. Gabrielle Duffy Osborne. Olivia Rose Oreo. Leah Rose O'Neill. Fiona O'Connell O'Loughlin. Sean Calvin O'Donnell. Ryan Patrick O'Connor. Anna Grace Ramage. Benjamin Michael Rago. Catherine Grace Quinn. Kennedy Rhiannon Qualley. Joseph Maurice Pujol. Mia Chastity Pugay. Hannah Elizabeth Puckett. Remy Ellen Preston. Jutton Prabhakar. Christina Carol Pizzo. Anna Elizabeth Rowland. Malachi Abraham Roth Cohen. Alicia Kate Rossi. Catherine Emma Rose. Joshua Thad Rogers. Ryan Benjamin Rockwell. Kyle David Ridpath. Logan David Rector. Sydney Manning Rathnayaka. Daniela Nicole Randazzo. Riley Marie Signer. Jackson Matthew Sigda. Elias Tushar Shah. Mackenzie Marie Schaefer. Neil Dhruv Sen. Belen Annalie Skull. Joshua Richard Scott. Evan Michael Schneider. Ethan Harris Saputra. Zaid Ahmed Salaria. Thomas Joseph Stanowski. Megan Emily Staley. Jake Ryan Spitz. Olivia Irene Soteropoulos. Avery Dennis Soma. Savannah Rose Snyder. Graciana Helena Smith. Ella Jane Slutaris. Harry William Simpson. Ava Nicole Simpson. Hayden Parker Thompson. Emma Elizabeth Thompson. Anthony Joseph Tatey. Joseph Louis Tangora. Leanne Tang. Aiden Noel Tajarian. Taryn Christine Tagmeyer. Alyssa Marie Swain. Timir Kareem Stout. Owen Benjamin Steiner. Kane Joseph Walker. Rafael Nicolo Villalobos. Kyle Joseph Varady. Andrew Michael Varady. Peter Wittig Valtos. Matthew Thomas Vallone. Devin Nicole Umberger. Alexander Ranwan Termel. Olivia Grace Trucchio. Samuel Hehe Williams. Jackson David Wickman. Kylie Morgan White. Barbara Jean Weiler. Benjamin Raymond Werner. Eliana Kayla Mawahaki Wellington. Tyler David Weld. Dylan Wesley Wascovich. Bridget Elizabeth Walsh. Melanie Elizabeth Walls. Kevin Lu Zhu. Demeter Alexandrov Zakov.
As we turn the page from the high school chapter of our book to the next chapter of our story, I want you to consider this quote from author Eleanor Roosevelt. People grow through experience if they meet life honestly and courageously. This is how character is built. Please take the time to thank everyone who has brought you here today. We could not have made it here alone. Thank you. Will the Penncrest High School class of 2023 please stand? Okay. Tradition calls for students to enter the ceremony wearing the tassel on the right side of the cap. Graduates will leave the ceremony wearing the tassel on the left side of the cap. On our lead, I ask that all students flip the tassel to the graduate position.
Congratulations, graduates of the class of 2023. Audience, please rise and join the senior choir members as they sing the Penncrest High School alma mater, written by Arthur Ewell.
Hail to our alma mater, hail, all hail. Our voices rise in praise of thee. Shrined in our hearts is the memory of the hopes and the dreams we share with thee. Penncrest salutes the red and gold. Penncrest, forever brave and bold. Thy name in honor high we hold. All hail Penncrest High.
Penncrest family, before we end today, today is not just the last day of high school for all of our graduates, it's also the last day of high school for two of our faculty members. And with that, I would like to congratulate Mrs. Razone and Mr. Harple. Class of 2023, our time together has come to an end. Before we dismiss, I would like to remind senior homeroom teachers to join us in the auxiliary gym to distribute diplomas. Graduates, please wait for your row to be dismissed and then process into the auxiliary gym to get your diplomas. And now, it is with a great deal of pride that I say to you, class dismissed.